The people at Ubisoft have challenged me to impress them with a depiction of their character artwork. Well, I accept that challenge. And not for views or for subs, but for honor! Because that's the name of the video game. And I wanted to bring out this sword. G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Draw with Jazza. I'm Jazza, and in sponsoring this video, Ubisoft have asked me to create an artwork depiction of the characters from their game For Honor. In the game For Honor, you can play as a character from one of three factions, Knight, Samurai, or Viking. There's 4v4 PvP multiplayer mode in addition to a strong single-player campaign mode, and it comes out on Valentine's Day. That's February 14th to all of you lonely people out there. The game uses a cool tactical combat system that requires timing and anticipation. I recommend you go check out the trailer for the game if you haven't, and of course the link is in the description to go get and play the game. So go check it out and get it if you're interested. We're going to jump into creating some artwork around some characters from this game, and I'm really excited about it because anyone who's followed me for any period of time knows I am obsessed with the aesthetics of medieval warfare. And today I'm going to create an artwork in virtual reality. Let's get started. Or as they say in medieval warfare, onward. Now, first things first, I needed to decide who I was going to be drawing in epic combat. I had three things I wanted to cover in the characters I picked. I wanted iconic looking characters, something that would be instantly recognizable. Second, I wanted the two characters to have a very contrasting aesthetic. And then third, I want them both to look like they have very different strengths and combat styles. So in the end, I went with the Conqueror from the Knights faction, and then for his opponent, I chose the Orochi from the Samurai faction. So to start off, I jump on the sketchpad and create some thumbnail sketches. First, one of each of the two characters in the basic poses I thought I would go with. I move on to create some pose variations, first of the Orochi, trying some different dynamic arm and leg poses, how the body might twist and contort, and all the while I work in a way where I'm sort of imagining the figure in 3 dimensions, knowing that essentially I have to create the image in virtual reality. Once I've settled on a pose I'm really happy with, I move on to creating some different pose tweaks to the Conqueror. Once I settled on the pose concepts for each of the characters, I put together a rough sketch on a larger piece of paper, this time of those two poses together and in context, and with a few more details that I can use as a reference when creating my final image. I should make it really clear, by the way, that For Honor isn't a virtual reality game, it's a PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4 game. Because I was drawing specific characters and had specific poses I wanted to create, I needed to work with a reference. Tilt Brush allowed me to bring that into the program, blow it up, and have it constantly present in my 3D space to look at when I needed to. And the next thing I do is create 3D construction lines. Just like I did on paper, creating a rough sketch that I would use as a foundation for my illustration, I do the same in virtual reality because this allows me to really nail the pose and the dynamics before jumping into the nitty-gritties and the detail, because especially in Tilt Brush, there really is no way to individually manipulate small parts of the image. Once you create it, it is there forever or can be deleted and you have to start again. That's why these construction sketches in Tilt Brush in particular are so important, because it allows me to visualize it very clearly and decide if it's ready. The reason I created my construction sketch lines in VR in a bright green color is because essentially that color wouldn't be present anywhere else in the image. This makes it easier at the end of the piece to go in and find those green lines and erase them, because I won't want them at the end, but I will want them through the entire creation and painting of the piece. So following all of that setup, I'm finally ready to create my VR painting. One material at a time, one character at a time, starting off with the metal of the Conqueror's armor and creating the head details with a symmetry mirror on. There is also a limited amount of detail I can add to each character, again simply because of the limitations of the virtual reality painting program. So at this point in time, with the early nature of virtual reality painting, it's a bit of a trade-off. You sacrifice the ability to easily manipulate and add detail to your images, but what you get is an exciting way of sculpting in 3 dimensions and adding and working with materials that are just impossible to work with in any other medium, as you'll see much later in the piece when I bring in some effects like fire and smoke, for example. The details of the Orochi warrior are in general more intricate than that of the Conqueror. The armor is more detailed and in general general, the features of the character, even all the way down to the hands and limbs, are more slender and have more definition. So I take a little bit more time making sure that you can see all of the individual fingers and all of the interconnecting armor pieces. The blade of the Orochi's sword was created at a straight angle by using a square guide that I could stretch out to be a little larger than the size of the sword and just draw along it and keep it exactly straight to try and get a really neat looking katana blade and curved edge. And then the final step to finishing the characters is literally going inside and through all of the characters' geometry and body parts and deleting those green lines so that they don't protrude or make an ugly appearance. Once the characters themselves are done, I thought it would be cool to add a little bit of atmosphere by building a world around them. So using some simple flat colors and brushes, I pull myself to the distant horizon in virtual reality and add some building silhouettes. After that, it's time for some final blemishes with some embers and some smoke circling around the characters and in the distant horizon. And then last but not least, I add some smoky details on the characters themselves to really emphasize the motion and the fact that they're both about to clash spectacularly. If you enjoyed this video and the creation I made in Tilt Brush, I make all of my Tilt Brush paintings available for you to view in your browser and on mobile VR, so go check out the link in the description. I want to thank Ubisoft for inviting me to work with them on this video. I love making content that fits the channel so well, and their game looks absolutely awesome. Once again, the game comes out really soon, so go check it out with the link in the description and go play For Honor. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more art challenges and virtual reality paintings and a whole bunch of cool community stuff as well. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and until next time, I'll see you later. Or as they say in medieval times, I fare thee well. I know this is an Aragorn sword and that's immersion breaking for some of you, but it's the only sword I own. Make sure to subscribe to my channel to see more of my videos. And while you're at it, check out my shop where I sell ebooks, brushes, photo references, video courses, and more. There's another video you might enjoy from my channel over there, and you can also check out my behind the scenes daily vlog channel, Daily Jazza. That's it for now, and until next time, I'll see you later.